Uncensored, no holds barred talk. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is Global Reality Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of the Global Reality right here on the Global Reality Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Reeves. This is Monday, November the 7th, now into Tuesday, November the 8th, 2011. Glad you could be with us here tonight for another late night Moonbat edition of the broadcast. And have not been live over the past several weeks. For you may or may not know why, but that has been because if you hadn't known, most people have known. That's because I've been feverishly working, trying to complete my newest documentary film, See Right Volume 2. And all the work that I've done up to this point, up to the point of taking the past few weeks off from the show. And boy, I gotta tell you, it's the best thing I've done. It needed to happen a long time ago. I'm really, now I'm looking at all this stuff, I'm really like a year behind on everything because, or a year ahead, however you want to look at it. Because, really seriously running into problems there too. But all the stuff that's been going on up to this point over the past few weeks has been really just the, what I call creating the puzzle pieces. You know what I mean? So first off, so what you're going to do here is you're going to create, then put together, after you create it, a 10 billion piece jigsaw puzzle. That is the best, most accurate analogy I can give you for what I'm doing here. And so everything up to this point over the past year and a half has been creating the puzzle pieces. Well, since I've been off from doing the live show, that time has been spent now finally assembling the puzzle pieces into something that transmits, that you can actually see and is visual and it's there and it's alive and it's breathing. And so as that stands, it always is one of those good news, bad news situations, isn't it? Now that's what we have for you again tonight here, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as per usual. So the good news is, I got a lot accomplished over the past couple of weeks. A lot of you may have seen our 47-minute preview. Some of you, it was only up for a very short time on the 29th. That was my target date to do it. It was completely unrealistic. But there's just no way to put a time. There's no way to put a gauge on this. There's no way to say it's going to take absolutely this much time to do it or I'll have. But there's just no way. There's no humanly possible way you can say that because you just don't know. Every single day I've been dealing with factors out of my hand. I have a brand new computer here. And I got to tell you, man, this thing has given me more problems than the PC stuff ever did. But the flip side of that is the quality that I'm getting is just absolutely stunning. But as several people pointed out who saw the 47-minute preview, and I was kind of ticked off by this, but I appreciate it, but I was kind of pissed a little bit because, look, I have ears, and I'm the one that's making this. I full well know where mistakes are. You don't have to point them out to me. I figured I'd get people saying, oh, hey, I was blown away by you. Well, actually, Man Hydra, our webmaster, he was the only person that said that. He was like, I said something today about the clipping or whatever, and he said, oh, the clipping in the audio? Oh, I didn't notice that. I was too busy paying attention to the bombshell info. Good answer. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But yet I had several people, oh, I hear there's clipping here. Oh, are you aware there's clipping? Yeah, but what the fuck? Who cares about that? What'd you think about the film? You know? Kind of peeved me a little bit, but come to find out, that was not anything it wasn't anything on my end. That was a bug in the Final Cut Pro software, of which, check this out, you're going to love this. Contacted Mac support after I found out that was an issue, because I went through and I had everything done, because I'm getting ready, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I'm getting ready to launch hour number 1 in its entirety with music this week. It'll be launched this week. It may be launched tonight. And of course, it'll take, 3-4 hours for it to upload and all that, but it may be launched tonight. We'll see what happens. But hour number 1 of the Secret Volume 2, I'm going to put it up and I'm going to put it out. And I started noticing when I was finishing this that clipping in the audio was there, but it wasn't anything I was doing. All my levels were good. I had all my levels down really low. Nowhere near the 0 dB mark at all, way down there. So I went and looked up online, and come to find out it was a known issue within Final Cut Pro 10. And the thing is, this software is all so new that it's buggier than a fucking bait store. Because when I bought this, everything's brand new, and none of this shit's been beta tested yet, or really. They've just thrown it out on the market and said, here, let the fucking flunkies out there that are trying to make movies test this out. Because I'll tell you, I'm not alone. I was looking at these Mac forums. So anyway, I'm going back to, I contacted Mac support. What do I need to do to fix this clipping audio issue? Well, upgrade your 10.0, software to 10.01, and that's our fix. That's Mac's official, that's the word of God, so to speak, when it comes to Macintosh. That's what they tell you to do. Okay. So I go do that. Go find the software. Get the software. Get the update. Update it. Open it up. Crash immediately. Try to do anything within it. Open up. Crash immediately. All the way across the board. All my files, all my other stuff. See, I already had the film with the music and all that stuff rendered down, but the copy I have still has. Well, it doesn't have a lot. It's not really clipping so much. It just kind of sounds like kind of stuttering. No, I'm not going to have it up to download. It's going to be with 1 hour. It's going to be on YouTube. That's going to be it. I'm not going to be downloading involved in this. It'll be up. It'll be up there permanently, but that's all you're going to get to see until it's done. And the DVDs are in my hand and for sale. It's going to be it after that. But, so anyway, yeah, get the fix. Open up. Yeah, zilch, nothing works there. Go look on the forums. There's like 30 pages of people in my exact situation. I have a deadline. I have a movie done. And they're saying that they can't, Mac has not even responded. Apple has not even responded to this new issue. And this issue derives from the fact that was their workaround. That was their fix. So I'm sitting there going, well, I was better off with what I had before. At least it worked. I mean, yeah, I had some, audio artifacts and stuff like that. But my God, compared to, I can't, this other version won't work at all. So I reverted back to the other one, and all my files are there, but the way I had them laid out and all that stuff, all that, the save files, all that stuff's gone. So my only choice here is I have one of two choices. I could either scrap everything I've got and start all over again, back at 0, which means everything I've done, all the hundreds of hours I've put in over the past 3 weeks will be for naught. And we're back at level 0, or I put it out as it is and forever have to listen to people out there who care more about little audio artifacts. It's really not that noticeable. I took it and separated the audio and cleaned it up, but it just, I don't know. I guess it's just kind of been eating at me and driving me crazy more, because it really pissed me off that I had some people who fucking pointed out, these little things instead. I mean, again, it's the same thing with people who attack me and say bullshit about me and make up things about me that are flat unfucking true. It's because they cannot contest me on the info, and they know that this movie that I am making right now is a goddamn hydrogen bomb. This movie is, this is the line in the sand. I don't think you understand. Anybody who after this doesn't after this film doesn't want to come on board with it, they're the enemy, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, this thing is way deeper than the Council for National Policy. It's way deeper than even the truth movement being, co-opted or something like that, which are common things that people say. It's way deeper than all that, folks. I mean, I have evidence that people who are considered to be the founding fathers of the truth and conspiracy movement are most likely involved in some of the conspiracies, directly involved, like pulling the trigger involved. And so many of the conspiracies that you see in the conspiracy genre. Now, this stuff is deep, folks. And it's a lot more serious than Alex Jones or the CMP or anything else. And that's the picture I'm painting here for you. So, I hope you're paying attention to the information and not hung up on trivial things. I've been working my ass off harder than you would fucking believe over the past few weeks. And it just, I just still get some, grateful people, and I'm grateful for you back. Thank you to those people, first and foremost. But then I get other ungrateful people, and I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it. I should have done this a long time ago. I should have took 6 months off from doing the goddamn show and just worked on this movie. But unfortunately, as has been proven over the past 2 or 3 weeks, when I do take time off from the show, then we get zero support in here. We don't get any help from anything. We end up scraping by, barely scrape by, paying the bills this time, And did I get up here and have shows and rant and rave and scream about that? No. Because I've been focusing on what I believe is the most important task at hand. Again, I don't even want to be up here tonight, but I'm trying to, number one, appease some of the people out there who want the show to be live every single day, 6, 7, 8 days a week. And also, keep this thing moving forward and give you updates on what's going on. We have a shit ton of stuff here to talk about, but I'm frustrated to no end. I got to tell you, I had a stress knot in my neck last week, and I really fucking stressed myself hard over the film. So I don't know. I just got really fucking angry because it just seems, and this is like story of my life. It just seems like everywhere I turn, every time there's something to be, joyful about or be happy about, you got to have somebody who's got to come along and try to fucking let the air out of your balloon just because they hate themselves or they're, they want to be you or something. I mean, it's just absolutely retarded. And that's how I felt that, I was really pissed. That's why I only had that thing up for like an hour. I was like, fuck it. I had like 2 people say, oh, you know what? That was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for giving me the preview. Man, that was the shit. Other people didn't say anything. A few other people said, what's with the clipping? As if that was the only thing they paid attention to. Well, I guess you're going to hate this movie then. Because it's got about 15 minutes of not perfect, pristine audio in it. The rest of it's fine. I'm putting out an hour. It's probably only the first 15 minutes of it that's way anyway. I've done my best. It's out of my hands. I don't know what else to do. I'm probably going to, I got Final Cut 10 reinstalled here now. And it seems to be running okay. I'm going to get started on the rest of what I'm working on here tonight. But yeah, I'll be putting out the first hour of the film. No, the first hour of the film, so quit asking, does not have anything in it to do with Ron Paul or Alex Jones or anything like that. So quit asking, quit talking about it in the chat room, quit sending me fucking messages or, hey, is this going to be the Alex Jones expose? Alex Jones is such a small part of this whole thing. I I wondered whether or not I should even put the stuff in here. And the only reason I'm putting anything in this stuff in the film about Alex Jones at all is because people have asked for it. So I'm going to give you what I got and put up what I think's, the best information in there. I heard the clip where he, over the past couple of weeks, there's been several things that have happened. I heard where he tried to debunk the Schlafly clip thing. That was precious. In which, in turn, I have fully debunked his alleged debunking on his show. It had holes in it like Swiss cheese. I'll share some with you right now if you like. Number one, it's just if you didn't hear this clip, don't worry, it'll be in the film. Somebody made this on YouTube. A YouTube video I think it was called Alex Jones Investigated or something like that. It's on YouTube. If you guys have seen it. And it's pretty good. It's got some, there's some stuff from my show in there. And there's one of the clips, I think it's Alex Jones and the CMP, and it's a clip from the show when I'm talking about when I discovered the Schlafly footage from Endgame 1.5 with Phil Schlafly speaking at a Council for National Policy meeting. And I was saying in that clip, even if he tries to wiggle out of this, he's fucked either way because it's going to prove that he's a liar. And that he doesn't, because he specifically said, and I bet I've got those recordings somewhere. I found an old hard drive the other day. They had a bunch of Jones shows from 2007. Problem is, I can't stumble the guy's voice more than about 2 minutes, so I can't even go through some of this stuff to edit to find it. But I bet I've got some of those shows from 2007 around that time where he said that, this is all my original footage, which is the first time we've ever had. And he tried to go back on that and say, oh, well, we had clips of Glenn Beck in there. That's not the case. And these people are liars. And we went and found, and that clip was online way before Endgame 1.5 came out. Here's the proof. And so I went to Alex Jones Endgame 1.5 Endgame website. And what's interesting there is that he claims that, we put that out in like November of 2007. That's when we put 1.5 out. But what's funny is that his evidence, go to any of Alex Jones' videos, are all in, the Alex Jones channel on YouTube, right? But his one piece of evidence to back up his claim is the in-game 1.5 trailer that says that it was posted on November 26, 2007, and is linked from someone else's YouTube channel on Alex Jones' own in-game website, not his own YouTube channel. So let me get this straight. All the other videos are linked from Alex Jones' official channel. But the video that supports his claim of, oh, that was just a YouTube clip. Yeah, because the date of when that person uploaded it is well past when that Schlafly clip probably was uploaded. So that in turn, he thinks that proves his point. Come to find out, the video where the place where it says that was posted from said it was posted from the Eagle Forum's webpage, which is Phil Schlafly's group, another Council for National Policy member. He also failed to mention that he also had Dr. Michael Kaufman, the former president of the Council for National Policy, in the movie Endgame. He's in it. He didn't mention that, though. Then he goes on to say that this is a Catholic bashing crowd, that people think he's a Catholic. No, Alex. See, he never says the J word. You guys ever notice that? He will avoid the J word like the plague. Because he knows if people actually look into it, they're going to find out what he is. He goes on and starts crying, oh, I'm Protestants all the way back. Yeah, go ahead and show that Freemasonic roots we know there, especially with your forefather, Anson Jones. Anson Jones, who just happened to be the first Grand Master of the first Masonic Lodge in Texas. Oh, pop quiz for you there, Hotshot. Where was the first Masonic Lodge in all of Texas located at? Give you a guess. Yeah, what is now Dealey Plaza. So Alex Jones' relative was the first Grand Master of the Masonic Lodge, which is located in what is now Dealey Plaza, where the Kennedy op took place. which within was what I'm showing here in the film, which you'll see in hour number 1. I'm going to go ahead and say you're going to see this in the next 12 hours. Look for it on YouTube. I'm going to announce that right now. First hour, Secret Ride Volume 2 with music. It's going to be up next 12, 14 hours, something like that. It'll be up. Well, conclusively, man, John Birch Society connected people who were deeply connected to both the John Birch Society and the Jesuit Order, and what became the conspiracy movement, are connected to both the Robert Kennedy assassination and the John F. Kennedy assassination, possibly Martin Luther King, and who knows what else. I mean, the guy that shot John Lennon was connected to World Vision. World Vision connects right into the CMP with the Bushes and all the rest of that clan. This thing is way deeper, folks, than I think a lot of people are willing to accept. This is why you have all this bullshit and people, there's a person, I need to call this person out. I've called him out 100 times on air and they don't seem to care. I'm going to get a private chat room eventually. It costs like $50 to get it going, 50 or $100 to get it going. I can't remember, but I can get a private chat room that'll have, everyone will have a login. There won't be any trolls anymore, but, we have one person, and I know the thing is, I know who they are. I know who employs them. I know their first and last name. I mean, and it's idiotic this person would continue to do this, knowing full well that I know who they are. But what they do is they sit in an anon thing, and they stalk the chat room and wait for new people to come in. And when new people come in the chat room, they send them dirty messages, making up lies and saying all this bullshit about me. And the thing is, they come in the chat every once in a while. They'll get through. They break the IP ban over and over again, which is illegal, but they do that over and over again. And then they sit in there and just stalk people every time they come in the chat room and just make up lies. And this person doesn't think I know who they are, but I have their IP address, because every time they come do some chicanery, I get it. And it just happens to be a Minnesota IP, and just happens to be in the same town where the Genesis Communications Radio Network is located, GCN. And this person that's doing this, I know their name, Mr. Worsley, Jason Worsley. He used to be a radio host. He was friends with Rob Bishop and a bunch of these clowns that I first started doing radio with back in 2007. Worsley, he told Doug Owen and a bunch of people one time that I was cutting into his bread and butter. My exposing of Jones was going to make him not have a paycheck and be able to feed his family. Hey, not my problem, bucko. Shouldn't have laid down with a fucking rat. Look what it got you. Jason Worsley is this person's name. They're an employee of the Genesis Communications Radio Network. They're a failed radio host. They used to do a show on WTPRN, just the most horrible, wretched radio you've ever heard in your life. I have your IP. I know where you work, and you've been outed 100 times over. So you can quit your little side chat room stalking now, because everybody knows who you are, and they can put your name to a face. They know where you live. They know who your employer is. Just stop it. And the only reason they're doing this stuff is because they know that, yes, this is going to take the dinner right off the plate. That's what this movie's going to do. The phonies are getting outed here. This is war. You think the New World Order declared war on you? Let me tell you something, bucko. The enemy is closer to the camp than you think. And some people are letting the enemy right inside of their house. I mean, what has posed as the opposition truly is an extension of what we should be against. In a very large and scary way, not in a small, unassuming way. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be worth talking about. And I've learned that more and more than I knew since I've been making this film, because, even though I've very much known what, and had laid out what the content of the film is going to be, still, as you're putting things together, you're piecing it together. You're like, oh, well, okay, what else is there on this? And you'll just find a name, and it's like rabbit trails. I mean, I suggest when you watch the first hour of this film, first off, I suggest you watch it multiple times. And second off, I suggest the second time you watch it, have a pen and paper ready and write down names. Pause it. Write down names. Every name of every person that I talk about, I mean everyone, in the first hour of this film, has 100 rabbit trails attached to it with info that you need to know about. It's going to blow your fucking mind if you actually listen to me and write these names down and go Google search them after you watch the film. I'm telling you, there's so much. I could not fucking possibly in a million years get it all in the film. But I am telling you the truth. Every name I name in the Kennedy part and right on the first hour, write those names down. You're going to be blown away when you see these. I mean, folks, it's unbelievable. The connections. I mean, I just, and the stuff that I have and the things that have happened has gotten me here. It's just mind blowing. Truly mind blowing. But, you know, fucking Apple, man, this shit really sucks. So I'm going to have to either go to another piece of software. I don't know. I'm going to try. I mean, I'm going to try and just do it and see what happens. Hopefully we don't get any more of that audio clipping stuff. It was only in the first 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't really bother me, but I know some people are out there going to be sticklers. I don't have a choice. I got to get this thing out. I'm just going to put it out the way it is. If it's got imperfections, if it's got things, you know what? Who cares? It still leaps and bounds better than anything else I've ever done. It's an absolute fact. The look of it, the graphics, I mean, everything. The info, which is number one anyway. So that's the whole thing. I think anybody who tries to nitpick this movie is going to be nitpicking it on, form over substance, which is the majority of what the entertainment we're fed. It's form over substance. But here you're going to have the substance definitely is greater than the form, although the form is pretty awesome in this case. But I'm going to, I'm just going to continue to do what I need to do to get this film done. We do need your support. I do need donations. I do need your help. Whatever you can spare, chip and banner, donate button, whatever. P.O. Box. I mean, the more time that I could take away from doing the show, the closer I'm going to be getting to having this film done very soon. But I can't keep splitting my energy apart. And over the past few weeks, and I haven't been splitting my energy apart, I felt so much better. I've gotten so much more done. It's just every time I'm about to make a breakthrough, really get somewhere when I'm doing my work, well, then it's time to start, doing news getting. You understand that it takes like about 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5, out of my entire day to prep one show a night to get up here. And sometimes we don't even end up getting into everything. Literally takes that long. It's not just hop on the radio and, get up here and talk. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But I will say this. Oh boy, I ain't missed the fucking news over the past couple of weeks. And it's been shite anyway. There's been a few things I've saved, and I've got some greatest hits collection of news here for you tonight. We're going to get into. We'll also be getting, if we have time, and if I feel like it, we'll be getting into tablet number 9, Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the key to freedom of space. We'll try to get into that tonight. I think I've got a few emails I need to get into tonight as well. But, they're really, the news is just, it's been as shitty as it ever has been. You really haven't missed much. Believe me, if there was anything breaking, anything big that I felt would have required me to get up here and, do a broadcast, I would have done it. But you hadn't missed anything with me not being on air. I'll tell you that. I mean, you haven't missed my anything worth my commentary over the past 2 or 3 weeks. My energy going back into this film has definitely been, I think, a lot more rewarding and a lot more worthwhile. So I'm glad to do that. So that's probably going to continue to be the case for some while. So you guys are just going to have to get used to there being fewer and fewer shows until I get this movie done. And no, I'm not going to take time between my next film either. I'm jumping right into the next film once this one's done and it's out. That's it. We don't have time to wait anymore. Those days are over. Got to turn and burn and get this thing going, and I'm not going to let anything stand in my way, not haters or minions or technology or anything else. My website where this broadcast originates from, www.theglobalreality.com. That's www.theglobalreality.com. I want to thank all those people out there who have donated and helped us get through the month last month, and the people who have helped out since I've been off air. Thank you so much, everybody out there, for keeping us alive. I hope you'll continue to help us. Critical time. This is the most critical moment of my 4 years of being on air and making films and everything else. This is it. I've been trying to get that across to people, but I don't think people understand. And the people that have seen a preview of this film, they do understand that now. Because the people that I've showed it to, man, a lot of people, yeah, they know this is a fucking WMD of a movie here. So it's just this is what needed to happen. But I think if I continue to have time to dedicate to this, to continue to have your support and your help to do this. I mean, once you see the 1 hour preview, or not 1 hour preview, it's not even a preview, it's the first hour. We're not calling it a preview. It's the first hour of the movie. Period, end of story, done business, music, everything, titles, bam, it'll be up. I'll start uploading it the next music break we take tonight. We're so glad you could be with us. TheGlobalReality.com. Shipping banner, donate button there. Please help out our cause, folks. Man, oh man, oh man. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Let me see what I have in the mailbag tonight. Probably got a bunch going back here. Josh, I want to let you know that you and your show kick fucking ass. You've had a rough year, and you and your family have been in my thoughts and prayers, even though I don't pray. I'm a single dad with 2 kids, so money's tight, but I try to do what I can. Fuck all these assholes who throw bitch fits because you take a day off. I love you. Keep up the great work. John Paul. Thank you, John Paul. I love you too, man. Thanks so much for that. Let me see what else. Hi, Josh. Miss your shows. Can't wait for the movie. Got a couple questions for you. Do you think this Kane character is like the elite testing the American people? Kane, why do people keep asking me about this guy? Come on. We got the Serpent Part 2 Electric Boogaloo that had McCain in there, Son of the Cane, Son of the Serpent last time. You guys hadn't figured out this game yet? I mean, they put in the people who nobody in the right mind they would vote for. That's why they created the extreme right. Because when you have an extreme right-wing candidate like Ron Paul or Pat Buchanan or Barry Goldwater, whoever it may be, that always pushes the more moderate people back towards the other candidate on the left. Always. These people have this thing down to a science. And yet the American people still sit back and don't believe that there's a science to it. It's systematically designed to make sure that the people that they choose get in power, and that's it. And then simultaneously giving you the illusion of choice to placate you. But Kane's there to race bait. I don't even want to talk about this guy and his class clownery, man. Don't get caught up in the scenery. All that shit is scenery. And that's what a majority of this news has been over the past few weeks. And I'll tell you, I haven't missed not reporting it. Because I'm not going to do that this time. I've done that, before on this show. I'm not going to get into all this election bullshit. That's scenery. That's not what we need to be paying attention to. We got to keep digging deep, folks. There is more to know. I know this is all a joke and voting won't matter. I also know that the polls are a joke, but I get the feeling that the elites are giving us this jackass who says idiotic things and does idiotic things and people still love it. If the elite want to really fuck us, why not let Ron Paul be forced into office and then do something about it? Lots of people are Paul bots and worship the ground this Bircher walks on. Also, I've heard you say how Eric John Phelps is right about most of the things he says. No, I've never said that. That's not what I said. You're misquoting me there. Let me clarify it for you. I've said that Eric John Phelps is right about most things that he has to say about the Jesuits. not about most things that he says. That guy is a goddamn, he's a flat earther. He's a Zionist diamond salesman, blood diamond salesman, admitted Zionist. And he's also a white supremacist. He wants to create segregated states in the United States with the blacks in one state and the whites in one state. He literally wants to do that. There's an interview with him on Red Ice Radio where he says that. I've played it here on the network 100 times. So let's be clear about that. I'm no fan of that guy, but what I'm saying is what I've said when people always ask me about John Phelps is because he's another one of those red herring things. He's put there and associated with one specific type of information so that when people go and look at that and you find out he's a clown and a Zionist and the rest of this stuff, they automatically associate the messenger with the information itself. That's another part of this agenda that I'm trying to tell you about in this new movie. It is true, folks. If you ever had any doubts, let me tell you something. No, this is a fact. You need to listen. I'm here to tell you right now, point blank, beyond any shadow of a doubt, if you had any doubts that the entire conspiracy culture genre, whatever you want to call it, has been set up day one by the conspirators themselves, I'm here to tell you it's the truth. Fact. And I'll tell you what, folks, whether or not Alex Jones is a Council for National Policy member or whatever have you, which, I don't care if he is or he isn't. It's the deeper connections. It's the other things. I had somebody contact me, but they won't come forward. And this is probably what a lot of these haters and trolls are freaking out about. But I'll go ahead and tell you, haters and trolls, she's not going to come forward and tell me anything. So you might as well just, crawl back to your hole. But I did get a contact from a friend of a person who was Alex Jones's girlfriend for 8 years, and tried to get her to go on the record, but she's scared. She's a single mom, and she's scared of Alex. She said he's an absolute psycho, that he's absolutely connected to the highest levels of power and has been from day one, since before he was even doing radio or making movies or anything. And that she's scared of his power and scared of his followers. So she won't go on the record, say anything. But her friend passed some secondhand stories, or said she would. She hasn't really passed any stories. She just really said that, that she also, that his dad, his own father even said that he's crazy and nobody should associate with him, which I thought was unbelievable. But, it's really for naught because I can't get that person to go on the record. But man, that's just, that's unbelievable stuff. But, that's what's happening here. They know that this is getting close, and they know that this is, just synchronistically enough. Yeah, Alex Jones on Coast to Coast AM tonight. Well, yeah, it's a good thing we're broadcasting here. Yeah, over there with your other Jesuit-controlled buddy, George Snorri. I've seen Eric's minions attacking you and Lee Rogers, going on your videos on CMP and saying how you stole the idea from Eric. Oh, God, please. I stole the, here's what that stems from. And it stems from one person who just didn't do their homework enough and made a claim before they had all the facts. And then once they made the claim, they couldn't take the claim back. What that came from was actually a quote from, what was the person's name? It was that person that did a lot of the CMP research. I can't remember. It was a woman's name. I can't remember her name. But anyway, it was some stuff that I had said, multiple times on the show when Sea Rat Volume 1 came out. And the same thing in this film. I read stuff from websites. in my films. I thought everybody was aware of that. Just because I take a piece of information and create a voiceover from a piece of information that I'm reading off the web does not mean that I am stealing an idea from someone. I'm referencing a piece of literature or information. So what happened is that Eric John Phelps had posted something from this person's website that I had copied, and the person who tried to point this out went and found it on Eric John Phelps' website and said, "You stole this from Eric John Phelps." No. Eric John Phelps posted this from that person's website, and I said multiple times that I was quoting from that person's work. But like I said, man, they can't combat you on the info. No one has ever combated me on the info. No one's ever been able to come out with any contrary information to this stuff. Just trying to make up stuff about me and me personally and ad hominem attacks and everything else. That's because they know I'm right. And let me tell you something, folks. I've been more right about this stuff than I ever dreamed. I don't know what possessed me from day one that I found out about the Council for National Policy to just go at it and not stop. But, now it's so much more deeper than that group, but also it encompasses this, the whole conspiracy. Unbelievable, though, folks. It's a fact. There are people involved in the conspiracy stuff that are basically conspirators themselves. It's a fact. And you're going to see it real soon. But anyway, we'll get out hour number 1, and we'll have that up for you, I don't know, next 10, 12 hours or so. And I'll continue doing my best to get the rest of it done. I'm not going to even say when anymore, because it just makes me look, stupid. Oh, I'll have, give it 2 more weeks and it'll be done. Well, I just know every time I say that, it's a fucking shot in the dark. There's no way I could ever estimate. It's not up to me. I can't just push a button and have this done. Like I said, I'm trying to take a 10 billion piece jigsaw puzzle and, put that together in 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. I don't really see anything. Let's see. Hi, Josh. I'm Charles. I just started listening to your show recently. The first thing I heard of yours was your reading of the Lost Book of Enki. I'm emailing you because of the comments about that reading that you read on air last Tuesday. I think they're total bullshit. Well, I didn't agree with everything you said. You did open my eyes to a view of the government, which is much more complex and logical than the one I had previously envisioned. Your reading and commentary of that book was so good that I finished it in like 2 days. I've been listening to your show ever since. One more thing. The main thing I don't quite agree with you about is Nibiru. I think that it would have to be in the solar system for a few reasons. Everybody disagrees with me on Nibiru. I'm the only one person that has that. I think it's a red herring. You're not going to change my my view on it. That's all there is to it. I don't believe it's possible to travel faster than the speed of light. You don't believe it's possible? Well, that's the first problem. As soon as you don't believe something's possible, they got you. Which they'd have to do in order for it to be logical to ship gold through space without a wormhole fast enough to fix a distressed planet's atmosphere. We know they had a wormhole because of the stargates they used to communicate, which means it must have been close enough for them for it to be faster for them just to ship it than to build a stargate to instantly move it to their planet instantly, well after they build it. Let me know what you think. I love the show and respect everything you're doing. Keep up the good fight. P.S. I was wondering if you've heard the actual spoken Anunnaki poems to Ishtar. It's from the actual university. I can't remember which one. Oh, yeah. I've heard a lot of those recordings. That's really all the emails I have. We hadn't really had a lot since I've been doing the film stuff. Barbara Aho. Yeah, that's who it was. Thank you. Yeah, Barbara A. Hill. That's who I was referencing. And I talked about that, over and over and over again. But all right, well, I'm going to take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll get into news tonight. Also, try to get into some Emerald Tablets of Thoth for you here as well on the show tonight. Back here with you on the Global Reality, right here on the Global Reality Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Reeves. Thanks for being with us tonight for another late night Moonbat edition of the broadcast. Lots of show left for you here tonight. We've got news, and we're going to get into some Emerald Tablets, not Lost Tablets, Emerald Tablets of Thoth. We're here tonight on the show. My website, again, theglobalreality.com. It's www.theglobalreality.com. Please support our work so we can continue. And as I'm continuing to work on this film, it's vital right now that you support us. Alex Jones had a $300,000 money bomb last week. And I know people said, oh, well, who knows? He really got that. He would just be making that up. Well, that very well may be true, but I think you would have to think the money's coming from somewhere when he has his offices in the most expensive real estate in all of Austin. It's a fact. I think you would have to be bringing in some pretty good coin to have the Bronfman banking empire as your lawyer, which he does. So regardless of whether or not he's getting the money from, secret right-wing extremist funders in the John Birch Society, which very well is a possibility, whether he's getting it from his lovely listening audience who make videos such as Leave Alex Alone. Oh, God, that cunt. Ugh. Whoever that cunt is, Jesus Christ. She makes you want to go sign up for the Rockefeller eugenics program. She does. Oh, Jesus Christ. I stumbled about 3 minutes of that video, and I was scrambling. Can I please go push the eugenics button now, Mr. Rockefeller? Thank you. Jesus Christ. Now I see why they want to kill us all. I do. Sometimes humanity, I love people to death, but sometimes I see why they want to kill us all. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe these fuckers are right. I mean, if that's your example of what you think all of us are humans are like, then shit, I could see where it would be warranted. $358,836. And we had 10% of that I could put in behind getting this movie the way it needed to be. I mean, my God, folks, I could dump another $5,000 into this movie that quick. Better stuff for the music. I mean, I'm trying to make sure that the music is different throughout the movie. The problem is that I've done so much with the two pieces of gear that I have in hour number one. I'm hoping I can come up with some more original stuff because I don't want to duplicate. I don't want to get any. I'm not going to have any repetitive music. Well, I mean, the music is repetitive. It's electronic sounding stuff, but so it's repetitive, of course. But I've got like 8 different pieces of music in the first hour alone. But I mean, it's ridiculous. I think we got $33 in of the past 2 weeks after we paid the bills. I mean, that's just not going to get it done. And here's my thing. I want to say this, and I'm going to move on to the news. It's like the brothers always say. There's a phrase that I've heard black folks use before. You don't have to lie to kick it. You know what I mean? You don't have to lie. Hey, you ain't got to lie to kick it, man. Come on, man. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Yeah, you don't have to lie to kick it, man. I have people throughout almost the whole time I've been on air. Back when I was on True Net Radio, I had this happen. I always have people that will either send a message, send an email. They'll come in the chat room. Most times they come in the chat room, and they'll come in the chat room and they'll make some big boastful claim. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop a big money bomb on the Global Reality, next Friday, blah blah." And it never materializes. But see, then a bunch of people see that in the chat room, and they think that happened when it didn't. And then what that does is that dissuades possible donors from doing so because they, oh, well, I saw a chat room message that said somebody just dropped, or said they were going to drop a big amount. So guess I don't have to help out. And I think I can't help but think that's being done on purpose because it's happened it's probably happened like 20 times since I've been on air. It's that somebody else, they'll make some big claim, some big boastful claim about, I don't care if you want to donate or you don't. If you do, thank you. All the people that donated big amounts are all going to get their names in the Secret Right Volume 2. People that donated $500 or more, they're going to get their name in the film. That's how I roll. Gives everybody a stake in this thing. But, just making these claims, number one, and then, I'm sitting here going, okay, well, if that's true, then I get this much. Okay, then I can do this and I can do that. And then that doesn't happen. And then I'm like, oh, shit. Well, I was kind of counting on that and being able to do that. You see, I just don't know what possesses people to do that. All I know is, man, just if you're going to do something, do it. If you're not, just keep your fucking mouth shut. Because the people that do donate big amounts, most of the time, guess what? They don't ever say anything to anybody. They just do it. And those people that have, when you see this film, you're going to know where that money went. That's for goddamn sure. Woo! Yeah, it looks like, the Secret Volume 1, or Volume 2, rather, Hour 1, looks like it's uploading pretty well right now. So, yeah, that'll be up. It may be up by the time I'm done on air here. And I don't know how long it'll take it to process on YouTube, but either way, there you go. You're gonna get to see the first hour of the film. Anyway, my point is $358,000, almost $400,000 here from Alex Jones. I mean, we had $4,000. I could, make this movie even more. I'm not asking for that. I'm not saying donate that. I'm just saying it just really is kind of ridiculous when you see how little it takes compared to those kind of numbers to actually do some damage. So, if you want to help us do damage, then you know where to go help us out at theglobalreality.com. Oh, fucking news. Oh, I don't even want to talk about any of this shit. Earthquakes in Oklahoma, that's crazy. It's getting kind of scary and weird. I mean, we're feeling them down here. A lot of people are 100% convinced this is from fracking. I'm not so convinced. I think this is a direct result of the New Madrid fault line being in play. They've got faults that connect right up to it. And I think people are in denial about that. I think that the whole fracking thing, while it is an important issue, I've changed my standpoint on it since I first became aware of it a little bit more. I think it still is a key issue, but I've got my doubts about it now. First off, the guy, I'm sorry to have to do this, but it's the truth. The guy who made it was a Jew. Not saying that means anything, but it needs to be put on the record. He won an Academy Award for that movie. Very, very, very difficult to get movies about issues into winning Academy Awards, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know that or not. Very, very difficult, especially activist films. I mean, it almost never happens. It's a white elephant for sure. So I have my doubts about that. I think there's more to the story. I think fracking's a red herring. I mean, there's much more to it than that. I'm not saying that's not going on and not an issue, but what I'm saying is, I think it's like just like they've done with HAARP. Every time there's an earthquake or something happens, oh, well, that's probably just HAARP. But that's how they're creating this conspiracy meme culture so they can do more and get away with it without still having to tell the majority public the real story. That's why they allow these conspiracies to be promulgated. Because it strengthens their official story that much more. I mean, look, we're having, Earth crust displacement, and I mean, we're here. We're in that time now. It's going to get interesting. I think we may see, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't get in the business of making predictions too often, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think we could see a massive earthquake along the New Madrid fault area as early as this week. As early as this week. That did remind me of an email that I skipped over from Mitchell. Mitchell's one of our great listeners and supporters. Mitchell says, hey, there seems plenty of reason to be a little nervous of the upcoming week with the national emergency response testing on 11-9-11 and on 11-11-11 coming up. Yeah, actually, I had that in my stack tonight. They're running drills all this week right around these numerological numbers. Doesn't mean they're absolutely going to do anything, but definitely stay on your toes because if we got to. I mean, that's the whole thing is we got to be paying attention, be ready at all times. I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. Everybody gets hung up on these specific dates, and I'm thinking again. They're not going to do anything real obvious like they did on 9/11 again. They're just flat not going to do it. There's too much info out there now. And I think everybody's looking for false flags and war zones to be launched on dates like 11-11-11. And honestly, while that is a possibility, I think we also have to be looking for things to happen at any time when we're not expecting. I wanted to ask your gut feeling as to what you think most likely is a scenario for a false flag. Man, I don't know. I don't think about those kind of things like that, Mitchell, to be honest with you. Could be anything, these guys. But just like anything else, as soon as whatever they tell you on TV, it's going to be the opposite of that. I could speculate, man, but it could be any number of things. But it also doesn't mean there's absolutely, we're going to manifest this stuff. I don't think you understand this. Why do you think they've allowed us to have this knowledge? If they didn't want us to have this knowledge, we wouldn't have it, folks. They wanted us to have a lot of this knowledge, not all of it, but a lot of it. So we would misuse it and inadvertently use it back towards their advantage. And that certainly happened, I think, with 2012 and any of these other doom and gloom doomsday scenarios. I think it's been done to a certain extent with the numerological stuff, too. That being pointed out by some of the more New Age-leaning people in the Truth and Conspiracy movement. But I think that people have pointed that out and overemphasized that in terms of overemphasizing it in terms of not that it's not important, but overemphasizing it in terms of it being something that only has negative connotations attached to it. You understand what I mean? Leaving out that any of these dates could be used for something positive. Instead of worrying about whether or not they're going to pull a false flag and pull another 9/11 on 11/11, why don't you go out and do, some manifestation energy work? Or why don't you go out and, do something to put out positive energy into your world and into the universe. Sitting around your house, peering over, the tinfoil times and looking at documents, and I got the documents, folks. That's just going to drive you nuts. That's what they want it to do. If it doesn't drive you nuts, it's going to have all that negative energy. If 1 billion people around the world simultaneously believe at once there's going to be some cataclysmic event, the likelihood of that happening goes way up. So you see how it's never, 11-11-11's coming up on Friday. Wow, I heard we might have a full achievement of mass consciousness all around the planet happening simultaneously on Friday. Everybody might reach a state of total nirvana and enlightenment simultaneously. I hear that's coming up on Friday. I hear that might happen. You never hear that, do you? But what do you always hear? Oh, man, 11-11-11's coming on Friday. Oh, man, there's going to be a false flag. Yep. False flag. You hear they're running drills around that time, too? Oh, you didn't hear, man? Yeah, national level exercises, man. Vigilant Shield. You know how every time they have a drill, they have a false flag? No, that's absolutely not true. Although they do like to do them like that, but it doesn't happen every time. But there are also people out there that will say, every time there's a drill, there's a false flag. That's not true. Not every time. Please, come back down. Quit sipping on the Kool-Aid for a minute. It's, it's kind of like what Bill Hicks said, you never hear a positive drug story. It's kind of the same way. You never hear that on one of these, important dates, something magical might happen. Something, wonderfully enlightening might happen. Or some people might get together and eat mushrooms and go into a field and talk to spirits and, come out better people at the end of it. You never hear anything like that. I'm sorry, man. I'm just well past giving these fuckers my energy anymore. And you should be too, because that's what they want. They want you scared. They want you concerned. They want you thinking that somehow, at any given moment, some tentacle of their power is going to wrap its arm around you and have an effect on your life. And if they can get you to believe that pretty much every waking hour of your entire life, they've succeeded. So that's the double-edged sword of the whole conspiracy genre. That's the whole double-edged sword about the information genre. If you want to be informed, by all means, inform yourself. But you got to be prepared on how you're going to deal with that information once you take it into your person, because some people can't handle it. Go fucking nuts. Oh, this news is crap. It's just doom and gloom and robots here and robots there and the transhuman. I heard NPR on the radio last night. It was all about transhumanism. Oh man, yeah, I hadn't missed. Did you guys hear about Glenn Beck's? Wasn't Jonesy doing something with that Gold Bug company too? Gold Line. I thought Jonesy was doing some commercials for them or something. Yeah, they've been charged with fraud now. Fucking Jew Gold. Oh yeah, big asteroid's coming by tomorrow. Don't want to close my eyes. Don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing. Somebody send in Billy Bob Thornton, man. We're gonna have an asteroid. Yeah, everybody's freaking out. It's gonna come closer to us than the moon. The end of the world might not be that bad, as a new model predicts fallout from meteor strike from Mail Online. Now this is interesting. Now they're saying, well, if there was to get hit by an asteroid, it wouldn't be that bad. Really? Why are you trying to convince us all of a sudden that, don't worry, it wouldn't be that bad? I think you're going to see that. I think we're going to see it. I think they may use one of these rods of God, isn't that what they call them? These gravity bombs, these things that go up in the air and go into orbit. Like the X-37B, that thing disappeared off radar for like 2 weeks and then just mysteriously came back. Well, it's an inertia bomb. It's a gravity bomb. It goes up, you drop it from space, and the force of it creates the impact and the blast of a nuclear weapon without any radioactive fallout. And, Mitchell was asking in that email about possible false flag scenarios. There's one for you. I think that's something we're going to see. I think that we're going to be told at some point that a meteorite or an asteroid hit a city or hit a certain area and it's going to, explode like a bomb and probably wipe out a bunch of people. And they're going to tell us it was an asteroid or something. And instead, it's going to be them testing one of these gravity bombs. I think that's totally on the menu. 100%. It's well known that a large meteorite hitting the Earth would not be good news, as it would cause earthquakes, tsunamis, and firestorms. However, scientists have created a new model for predicting the impact of such collisions that shows that the devastation wouldn't be anywhere near as severe as previously thought. Scientists from the University of Munich argue that previous predictions of impact damage assume the Earth is smooth and spherical, but it's actually elliptical with huge peaks and troughs, which would help to diffuse the resulting seismic waves. Research leader Matthias Merschetti said that after a meteorite impact, seismic waves travel outwards across the Earth's surface like a stone is thrown into water. For the Earth, these calculations are usually made using a smooth, perfect sphere model, but we found that the surface features of a planet or a moon have a huge effect on the aftershock that a large meteorite will have, so it's extremely important to take those into account. So they're saying, oh, well, just so you know, it's going to be bad, but it's not going to be that bad. We'll live. I mean, fuck, there's too many of us of it anyway. If 50 million of us get wiped out, that's really no big loss. That's what these people would have you believe. Not even kidding you. Obama healthcare law has unexpected beneficiaries. Yeah. Yeah, his healthcare law is directly benefiting the right wing. Some of the money from President Barack Obama's healthcare law is floating into places you might not expect. 2 Texas public employee programs are among the top 25 beneficiaries of a $5 billion fund to shore up employer coverage from early retirees. Despite Texas Governor Rick Perry's vow to repeal what Republicans derisively call Obamacare, records show the Huntsman family business, where GOP presidential candidate John Huntsman was once a top executive, received about $1 million. So, yeah. I mean, again, please. I mean, bitch, please. People, if you're still buying into this phony left-right bullshit and thinking that these politicians are not all on the same team, I'm sorry to have to fucking slap the shit out of you and give you a fucking wake-up call, but please, man. 2 sides of the same coin. Woman finds father dead in a home full of bees. Cause of death not yet determined. That's bizarre. The man's daughter found him in the upstairs bedroom of his home in Miami on Saturday. The man was renovating the home, which neighbors said had been in the family for decades. Firefighters said the home was full of bees. They added that the cause of death has not yet been determined. We're not sure if he fell, had a medical condition, or if it was bee stings. Willie Sarkoff, who runs a bee eradication company, said at least 60,000 bees were living in the walls of the home. Wow. Well, you know where all the that answers the question, where did all the bees go? They all went into this dead guy's house. Fuck. Mayan filmmaker offers photo as proof of aliens, says Stephen Hawking agrees. The filmmakers behind Revelations of the Mayans 2012 and beyond, who said that their film revealed evidence of contact between the Mayans and an extraterrestrial and extraterrestrials have now released to the rap that they claim is photographic evidence of a pre-Mayan civilization, and they claim to have Stephen Hawking on their side. Stephen Hawking saying, don't go looking for aliens. It's going to be bad news. They're going to be hostile. But it is a very interesting photograph that they say is going to be in this documentary. And supposedly because his face is just amazing looking. 3,000 years before there was ever any such thing. But supposedly the U.S. military came and confiscated that, and it's in Hangar 18 or something like that now. By the way, you guys hear the new Megadeth album yet? 13? Oh, it's fucking fantastic. Should definitely buy a copy of that. Definitely beat the pants off that garbage Lou Reed and Metallica put out. Lulu, you guys hear about that? I hadn't known anybody yet that had enough self-loathing to make it through 2 songs. It was absolutely the worst fucking garbage ever committed to tape in the entire history of what would be called music. Oh, it's just horrible. But new Megadeth album's great. Definitely check it out. Let's see what else. Serious health scare in Houston. This is interesting here. This happened at a football game, and they were saying, oh, well, maybe it's food poisoning. Well, it happened to like 20 different people, who none of which ate the same thing. I think it's chemtrails. This, to me, sounds like the stadium got gassed or hit by chemtrails. Authorities in Houston are still searching for answers after an area high school football game was called off early after nearly 24 fans were hospitalized after suddenly becoming sick in the stands of Barnett Stadium on Friday night. During the second half of the game between Austin and Houston, Yates and many members of the band and dance team from Austin started suffering from nausea, vomiting, and dizziness and began collapsing in the stands, according to numerous media reports. Officials feared that they had been exposed to some type of biohazard and called a hazmat team to the scene, but no traces of gases or chemical agents were found. Nevertheless, the stadium was cleared and the game was called, with Yates leading 47-14. Yeah, somebody probably said, man, act like you're fucking sick or something, so we'll shut this game down. Jesus Christ, we're getting killed 47-14. Let's end this fucker. The students, many complaining of nausea, were sent for more medical evaluation. We ended up with 22 students being transported to 5 different hospitals. Food poisoning of some sort remains a possibility, but initially appears unlikely, as those who were sick ate different meals at different times in different places before the game. The kids all ate at different places. Some of them ate at different times. But they did have something in their stomachs. Emergency medical service doctor David Purse told the station at this point it remains a little unclear what set it off. Yeah. Open air, one of the chemtrails coming over, man, they've been spraying like mad the past couple of weeks. And if you don't think there's a direct connection with that and those earthquakes going on, I got a bridge I'll sell you. UFOs over football games has been going on a lot. We had several stories of that happening. On Friday night, high school senior Deshaun Brown scored a pretty touchdown for his Horizon Huskies team in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's not too out of the ordinary, as Deshaun's a good player, but what went on at the same time that he made the play was quite abnormal, even paranormal. A fan of the game caught 3 lights hovering and shifting in the dark sky over the desert. Even the coaches were talking about the show in the sky after the game. I did see it during the game with the coach said. I said to one of my assistant coaches that the aliens came to watch us play. Aliens, asteroids, earthquakes, oh my. You're going to see it all, folks. Holographic aliens, real aliens, shapeshifters, alien deities and gods on the earth again. I mean, they're going to roll it all out, man. The U.S. government yesterday denied ever having had contact with alien life forms. The White House insisted that there was no evidence extraterrestrials have visited Earth or made any manner of contact. Well, as anything that the government tells you, you can always believe it's whatever the opposite of that is probably the truth. So they say that they have absolutely never been contacted or never had contact and aliens have never visited Earth. You know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, they absolutely have, and they absolutely have talked to them and are probably talking to them right now as we speak. The denial is an official response to 2 petitions asking for confirmation that alien encounters have taken place. Thank you for signing the petition asking the Obama administration to acknowledge an extraterrestrial presence here on Earth, said Phil Larson, who works on space policy and communications at the White House. The U.S. government has no evidence that any life exists outside our planet or that any extraterrestrial presence has contacted or engaged any member of the human race. Just like that, huh? Yeah, they also said we had no idea. We had no way to tell there was going to be any kind of event like 9/11 happened. Oh, yeah? How come you guys were doing drills of the exact same scenario happening simultaneously when 9/11 happened? Blows holes in that story, doesn't it? Oh, we had no idea. Rudy Giuliani in front of the 9/11 Commission. We had no idea. Condi Rice. We had no idea they would use airplanes as a missile. How could we have ever thought about that? Well, let's see. What about Operation Northwoods? Robert McNamara cooked that shit up during the Kennedy administration. They were going to fly hijacked airliners into buildings to blame it on Cuba. So to sit there and say multiple times they could never have envisioned that, you'd see that. That's the same thing they're going to say about extraterrestrials. Well, we never would have dreamed aliens were contacting us or have been here forever. Oh, we never knew anything about that. I mean, they'll just deny all the way home. Unbelievable, these ass clowns. Well, we're going to take a break, come back, and get into the key to the freedom of space. Tablet number 9 of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth for you here on the show tonight. So glad all of you stayed up with us late here tonight. All right, back. I hate when I do that. I forgot to hit mute. Sorry about that. Back here with you on the Global Reality, right here on the Global Reality Radio Network. I'm your host, Josh Reeves. Thanks for being with us here tonight for another late night Moonbat edition of the broadcast. My website, again, where this broadcast originates from, is www.theglobalreality.com. That's www.theglobalreality.com. And probably about the time we are ending the show tonight, I'll be dropping the link for hour number 1 of The Secret Right, Volume 2, complete with music, complete. And you want to see us continue, you want to help us continue, donate to our work at theglobalreality.com. Shipping banner, donate buttons there. We have a P.O. box if you absolutely can't use PayPal. Anybody out there wants to come on board and be a sponsor of the network and have your product promoted here, please let me know about that. globalrealityshow@gmail.com. Anything that you can do to help right now. This is absolutely vital, the most vital time I've ever had. And I'm fighting against, very little resources and the technology that is, buggy and so new that it hasn't, hadn't all the kinks worked out of it yet. And I'm trying to work with a deadline to get this thing done. It's, it's frustrating and definitely helps. We don't have to worry about having the funds that we need. So there you go. The key to freedom of space. Tablet 9 from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. List ye, O man, hear ye my voice. Teaching of wisdom and light in this cycle. Teaching ye how to banish the darkness. Teaching ye how to bring light into thy life. Seek ye, O man, to find the great pathway that leads to eternal life as a sun, S-U-N. Draw ye away from the veil of darkness. Seek to become a light in the world. Make of thyself a vessel for light, a focus for the sun of this space. Lift thou thine eyes to the cosmos. Lift thou thine eyes to the light. Speak in the words of the dweller, the chant that calls down the light. Sing thou the song of freedom. Sing thou the song of the soul. Create the high vibration that will make thee one with the whole. Blend all thyself with the cosmos. Grow into one with the light. Be thou a channel of order, a pathway of law to the world. Thy light, O man, is the great light, shining through the shadow of flesh. Free must thou rise from the darkness, before thou art one with the light. Shadows of darkness surround you. Life fills you with its flow, but know, O man, that you must arise and go forth from your body, far to the plains that surround you, and yet are one with you as well. Look all around you, O man. See your own light reflected. Aye, even in the darkness around you, your own light pours forth from the veil. Seek you for wisdom always. Let not your body betray you. Keep in the path of the light wave. Shun the darkened way. Know that wisdom is lasting, existing since the all-soul began, creating harmony by the law that exists in the way. Listen, O man, to the teachings of wisdom. Listen to the voice that speaks of past time. I shall tell thee knowledge forgotten. Tell you of wisdom hidden in past time, lost in the midst of darkness around me. Know, man, that you are the ultimate of all things. Only the knowledge of this is forgotten, lost when man was cast into bondage, bound and fettered by the chains of the darkness. This is talking about when our souls were entrapped in these material plane meat suits. That's what he's referring to here. Because understand this, if you don't understand anything else, we are spiritual beings, souls that are entrapped in these bodies. It's spiritual enslavement. If you don't know anything else, you need to know that. Long ago, I cast off my body, wandered I, free through the vastness of the ether. I circled the angles that hold man in bondage. Know, O man, that you are only a spirit. The body is nothing. The soul is the all. Let not your body be a fetter. Cast off the darkness and travel in light. Cast off your body, O man, and be free, truly a light that is one with the light. When you are free from the fetters of darkness and travel in space as the son of the light, then you shall know that space is not boundless, but truly bounded by angles and curves. Know ye, O man, that all that exists is only an aspect of greater yet things to come. Matter is fluid and flows like a stream, constantly changing from one thing to another. All through the ages has knowledge existed. Never has it been changed, though buried in darkness. Never has it been lost, although forgotten by man. Know you that throughout the space that you dwell in, others are as great as your own, interlaced through the heart of your matter, yet separate in a space of their own. Once in a time long forgotten, I, Thoth, opened the doorway and penetrated into the other spaces, and learned of the secrets concealed. Deep in the essence of matter are many mysteries concealed. 9 are the interlocked dimensions, and 9 are the cycles of space. 9 are the diffusions of consciousness, and 9 are the worlds within worlds. 9 are the lords of the cycles that come from above and below. Space is filled with concealed ones, for space is divided by time. Seek you the key to the time-space, and you shall unlock the gate. Know that throughout the time-space, consciousness surely exists. Though from our knowledge it is hidden, yet still forever it exists. The key to the worlds within 3 are found only within, for man is the gateway of mystery and the key that is one with the one. Seek you within the circle, use the word that I shall give. Open the gateway within you, and surely thou too shall live. Man, you think that you liveth, but know it is life within death. For as sure as you are bound to your body, for you no life exists. Only the soul is space-free and life that is really a life. All else is only bondage, a fetter from which to be free. Think not that man is earth-born, though come from the earth that he may be. Man is a light-born spirit, but without knowing he can never be free. Darkness surrounds the light-born. Darkness fetters the soul. Only the one who is seeking may ever hope to be free. Shadows around thee are falling. Darkness fills all the space. Shine forth, O light of the man-soul. Fill thou the darkness of space. You are the son of the great light. Remember, and you shall be free. Stay not you in the shadows. Spring forth from the darkness of night. Light, let thy soul be, O sunborn. Fill with the glory of light. Freed from the bonds of the darkness, a soul that is one with the light. You are the key to all wisdom. Within you is all time and space. Live not in the bondage to darkness. Free you are, light form from night. Great light that fills all the cosmos. Flow thou fully to a man. Make of his body a light torch that shall never be quenched among men. Long in the past sought I wisdom, not knowledge known to man. Far to the past I traveled into the space where time began. Sought I ever new knowledge to add to the wisdom I knew. Yet only I found did the future hold the key to the wisdom that I thought. Down to the holes of Amenti I journeyed, the greater knowledge to seek. I asked of thee, the lords of the cycles, the way to the wisdom I sought. I asked the lords this question: where is the source of the all? answered in tones that were mighty. The voice of the Lord of the Nine said, free thy soul from thy body, and come forth with me to the light. Forth I came from my body, a glittering flame in the night. I stood before the Lord, bathed in the fire of life. Seized I was then by a force, great beyond knowledge of man. Cast I was to the abyss, through the spaces unknown to man. Saw I the moldings of order from the chaos and angles of night. Saw I the light spring from the order, and heard the voice of the light. Saw I the flame of the abyss, casting forth order and light. Saw order spring out of chaos, saw light giving forth life. Then I heard the voice, hear thou and understand. The flame is the source of all things, containing all things in potentiality. The order that sent forth light is the word from the word, come life and the existence of all. There it is, the word. In the beginning there was the word. You can cross-reference that with Manly P. Hall's work and the Kabbalistic keys to the creation of humanity. Everything, you can actually, when you learn this language, this ancient Kabbalistic language that was brought here by extraterrestrials, the true magi, a true ascended master, you can actually begin to create physical matter using in calling anything into creation using only frequencies and vibrations in the word, the spoken word. And again spoke the voice, saying, the life in you is the word. Find the life within you and have the powers to use the word. Long I watched the light flame pouring forth from the essence of fire, realizing that life but order, and that man is one with the fire. Back I came to my body, stood again with the nine, listened to the voices of the cycles. Vibrate with powers, they spoke. Know ye, O Thoth, that life is but the word of the fire. The life forth you seek before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word, and powers shall surely be yours. Then I asked of the nine, O Lord, show me the path. Give me the path to the wisdom. Show me the way to the word. Answered me then the Lord of the Nine, through order you shall find the way. Saw you that the word came from chaos? Saw you not that light came from the fire? Look in your life for this order. Balance and order your life. Quell all of the chaos of the emotions, and thou shalt have order in life. Order brought forth from chaos will bring the word of the source. Will thee the power of cycles, and make of thy soul a force that free will extends through the ages, a perfect sun from the source. I listened to the voice and deeply thanked the words in my heart. Forever have I sought for order, that I might draw on the word. Know ye that he who attains it must ever in order be for use of the word through this order, has never and never can be. Take ye these words, O man, as part of your life. Let them be. Seek thee to conquer this order, and one with the word you shall be. Put forth your effort in gaining light on the pathway of light and life. Seek to be one with the sun state. Seek to be solely the light. Hold thou thought on the oneness of light with the body of man. Know that all is order from chaos, born into light. So that's the end of tablet number 9, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Amazing stuff there. Really getting to the origins of creation. And see, this really is some of the deeper stuff here is that the real secret, one of the really big secrets that the priest class and the secret societies of this hold is that if we are not restricted, if we're not dumbed down, if we're not lied to and just not given all the facts, then humans really are, in the state we're in right now, we're really not worth a fuck that much. Because the flip side of that is if mankind really finds out where they are, wow, well, never need a power structure ever again. Because we have the ability to be gods. We have the ability to do what things that we're told only gods can do. And the suppression of this is what the entire power structure and the religious structure and world power structure is based on. And that's one of the things that I think is important here with my work and what we do is trying to make people aware of that. I mean, everybody always wants to know what the solution is. That's what I've identified for the past couple of years as being the solution. Learning how to use this stuff that they use against us and turn it right back and use against on them. That doesn't require you to join a militia or a bug-out bunker or anything else. But they're playing hardball, and it's time we start playing back. And we can do that through using these ancient teachings against them in the same way they've used them against us. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and being with us here tonight. I don't even have my, man, it's been a while since I've done a show, so I don't even have my my exit song lined up here. Oh, well, I'll just roll Megadeth on the way out here tonight. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us and being here with us tonight for a late night Moonbat edition of the show. It's good to be back with you guys again, but honestly, man, I need to get this film done. And any support we can get right now, any donations, it would be greatly appreciated and would really go a long way. And let me check. Stay close to the chat room after the end of the broadcast, guys, because looks like we're getting pretty close here on the upload. It should be, it's processing right now, so I'll probably hear in the next, 30 minutes or so. See Right Volume 2. Hour number 1 will be up on YouTube. That's not going to be going down or anything like that. I will say this, though. If you download my movie and upload it to your channel, I'm coming after you. I'm tired of that. I'm putting my foot down on this. I don't have a lot of rules for the stuff that I do, and I don't care what you use as far as my radio shows on that stuff. But from now on, I do not want my films uploaded on your channel because that leaches views away from my channel and from my actual video, and it's my content, and I made it, and I own it. So if you re-upload my movies to your channel anymore, I'm going to go after your channel. I'm going to go after you for copyright violation, everything else. So, just putting that out there. My name is Josh Reeves. I love each and every one of you. Please donate and support our work at theglobalreality.com and, get ready, man. You're going to see hour 1 of this new movie tonight here, real soon. You guys take care and we'll talk to you soon. Probably going to do some more shows this week, or at least try to, but, I got to get back to work on this film. Love you guys. You guys take care. Great talking to you and being with you.